You guys, this is Mary.
And Alma.
Leave my check a like,
Share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below, y'all. Today we are going to be talking about this man that has gone and stabbed his girlfriend 100 times and then has fed his child to the alligator.
I mean, it has been so. It just seems as though
every day or every week,
at least every week, we're seeing stories
at minimum
in our community. Just men
murdering women and children,
women and the children. Like it kind of used to be like, okay, maybe you're murdering the women, but now it's like also children.
Kids are not safe.
Like the children also have got to go as well, and either one is awful.
Yeah.
Either one is awful. Like it's so sad. So there's this 20-year-old beautiful Pashawn Jeffrey was her name, and her boyfriend, father of her baby, was 21-year-old Thomas Mosley, and then they had a 2-year-old son, Talon Mosley. And they said that March 29th, they were actually at Pashawn's house celebrating Thomas's 21st birthday. And they all had fun. Her family was there. His friends were there. They all had fun. And then it's like, how did that change, you know? March 31st, they said after the party, he actually went to his mom's place. March 31st, she was found March 31st by her family because they had not heard from her. And they went into the house and they just saw this trail of blood, and they found her and they did not see the child. They didn't see Talon. And so everyone had been searching for Talon. When someone saw an alligator in the river and the mouth was open, right? It couldn't close, the alligator, I guess, couldn't close the mouth, and when they looked in, it was this child.
How old was the child?
2 years old.
Oh.
And the body was intact, but of course he was dead, but was in this alligator's mouth. You know, it's like.
Do they try to retrieve it or no?
It's like there was, you know, she was still making sure that the killer was found. You know, like I feel like this alligator. When you think about it, his body was intact in the alligator. It was as if it was like shown. You know what I'm saying?
Was it in the stomach?
No, it was in its mouth.
Okay.
And the body was intact.
I'm shocked it's intact because you would start thinking they'll start eating it or tearing it apart.
The body was intact. It's like that mother's still watching over her child. You know, that's how it felt like to me. And still leading the path to the killer. Anyhow, he was arrested. And they put him for 2 counts of first-degree murder. Now, I think that he's out on bond because it was mentioned that he has been told to stay away from her family and his mother. So obviously the mother feels like he did it too, because when he got to her house, the mother's house, he had cuts on his arms. And they say that that's caused by slippage during a knife attack. So he had those cuts in his arms.
Crazy.
So, but yeah, obviously maybe the mom does not believe what he's telling. He pleads not guilty. But obviously the mom does not believe him because they said that he is to stay away from her family, Pashawn's family, and from his mother.
Just like that show, Evil is here. There's always signs. You can always tell when your child is off. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think anyone expects for the child to be a murderer. Yeah. But I think you can always tell when something ain't right about your child.
Yeah.
You can always tell. You don't want to assume the worst, but you can always tell.
The mother thinks he's guilty. or
I
knows
just
he's
think
guilty.
it's ridiculous. Like I feel like we continue to see these stories, and I feel like no
It's
one
like every
ever
time
talks
there's
about
some
it.
story every week.
For me,
It
I
seems
see
like
it almost
I am
every.
talking about this every week about a man
Yeah.
killing a family.
For me, because I'm on Instagram, because I just saw one yesterday. You know,
Wow.
so to me, it's like I've seen it almost 2 or 3 times a week. That I
Wow.
see some black man has gone and murdered his whole family, the wife and the kids. And
Or
for
the
me,
girlfriend and then child.
I just feel like no one talks about like this, like the black men being like these terrorists to their like to the women and to the kids of the community, and like no one is saying anything. Like I'm shocked and I'm baffled that these men keep on going and murdering the mothers of their kids, and then they go and kill the children as well. And it's like so frequent. It's like
so
like I hear about it more now than I hear about school shootings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like it's just so ridiculous, and I just feel like it's just disgusting. Like you go and you kill her for what? And then you go try to feed the child to the alligator for what? Like it just is ridiculous, you know? I was just shocked. Stabbed her 100 times.
Beautiful girl.
And then threw the baby.
Had her whole life in front of her, 20 years old. And that's the thing, the children, they look to the father, and it's like, look how there was another one where she said the daughter was yelling like, Dad, why are you doing this to me? It's like, because I'm sure as he took this child, you know, while the child is holding his hand innocently, has no idea that he's going to be fed to the alligator.
Yeah.
It was so sad. It was so sad. I looked at this woman, 20 years old. Her life is just starting.
I know.
Had a baby with the wrong person. That I'm sure, like you said, I mean, 2 days prior to her body being found, they had been celebrating his 21st birthday. And I guess he killed her that night.
And he's so young, too, to be doing
21.
a crime like that.
He's 21 years old.
He should get the death penalty. He should not be in jail till some cushy life.
They're getting him for first 2 counts of first degree murder. But I just feel like he should not be out. Like no one should have to tell him stay away from your mom and her Hashan's family. Like you should not be out of jail. You should be in jail.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I guess it's, innocent until proven guilty, I guess.
Yeah.
That's it's just sad. It's just sad, I tell you. But you guys get in the comments, like, what are we to do? Like, where are the community leaders? Like, who do we talk about with this stuff? There's a lot of sadness going on in our community. A lot of, despair. A lot of violence.
Yeah.
A lot of violence happening. And it's with young, and it's like there's this coldness. So you guys just get in the comment section what to be done. Like we have to get to a spot. And the other thing is, you're having these children, no one is married. It just seems as though we are praising it now. When people get married, when people are pregnant, hey, you're so happy, you're pregnant.
Because what do you say? What can you say? The kid is already there, the woman's already pregnant.
But,
I mean,
it's like we're celebrating it. There's no commitment, and it doesn't mean that even if they were married, he wouldn't have done the same thing. We just saw the other guy who went and killed, his wife. He didn't kill the children, but he killed the wife. They had just bought a house. I think we talked about it here. And everyone did not know that it was him. He was there crying and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Until finally it was found out that it was him.
I think the thing is, what we should be celebrating is women taking their time. I feel like I just feel like when you get pregnant, when you get pregnant, right, it's kind of like there's no vetting process. You know what I'm saying? I feel like even when sometimes women, they don't know how to vet a man. Like the questions you ask, the things that you should go look in the history.
If you're not ready for a child, why are you guys having sex? You know what I'm saying? You're not ready for a child.
Well, they're hoping they'll have a good time.
Then you're having unprotected sex.
Well, they're hoping
And
let's
then you
have a
have
good
the
time and maybe the
child.
child will come. They do that like hoping.
Yeah,
We'll
but
have the
that's-
good
that's-
time, but let's
that's
hope that the
very
child don't come.
irresponsible.
Well, a lot of people are irresponsible. I mean, that's
Yeah.
how we have so many people, in these
Mm.
broken homes.
Yeah.
And it's really sad. It's like we have to
I mean, what could have happened? What could have gone wrong?
vet.
You just celebrated your 21st birthday. What did she do?
Nothing.
Like,
There's nothing she
like-
did. The man
like
is a
what
psychopath.
happened?
He's a psychopath.
you just celebrated your birthday at her house.
You know what happened? Let me tell you something. She probably said the sky was blue. He thought it was pink, and he said it's time for you to die.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
It's
Because
as simple as that.
yeah,
really.
as simple as that. Because there's really no
And then
there's no
stabbed
justification
her
for you going
over 100 times.
off the rails. Off the rails.
I'm sure the child had to have witnessed this.
I'm sure.
And then
Like,
you
what is
go,
going on?
And then you go dump him in the river. And then you go home to your mom's house. And you just leave her there. And he had cuffs on his arms.
No shame. You go to your mama's house after you've committed a murder. That's the last place I'm going. Why would you go there? So you go murder your
mom?
mom?
Probably saw it, and that's how they knew he had this cuffs on his arms that looked like cuffs you get during a knife fight.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious! I mean, she had like defense. Those were defense knife.
Trying to defend herself as
She was
much until
defending
he.
herself until
Yeah.
she couldn't anymore.
Just a brutal way to die.
Oh,
I can't
brutal.
even imagine being in that.
Oh boy! It's
Like,
just-
my
it's
God, it's
too
just like
much.
you just pray for a swift death. Like, just,
So too much. It's just too much.
it's just sad. And, like, no one talks about the onslaught of killings by black men to black women and their black children.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I've been hearing about so much that sometimes I'm kind of, like, numb to it until you, like, brought it up yesterday. You're like, why is this, like, so normal now?
Yeah.
Like, you were talking about yesterday. I was like, I haven't seen a lot of it. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
that's just what you're seeing nowadays. You just
Yeah.
see the black men being
See,
terrorists
I'm
in the
not on
community.
social media. I just see it from my YouTube, and I'm like, again, now it seems as though every week I'm talking about this.
Unfortunately, I follow all the news channels.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to. It'll be too much for me.
Yeah.
But you guys get down in the comments, like, what can we do? What are some of the things that we can do?
There's nothing I can say to the men, because the men need to do what they need to do and talk to the brothers. Women, as far as I'm concerned, I would say keep it closed until you know you have the right one. Until God Himself tells you this is the right man for you. Vet the people out. There's no benefit into dating and having sex with people. I just don't think so. I don't think there's any benefit to it for women. You have sex with this person, there's no commitment, you're in some situationship, he tells you all these lies and all this stuff just for you not to know that he's some psychopath who ends up killing you and putting you 10 feet under.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't think women should open themselves up to that. It's hard. It's hard as hell to just focus and to just wait on God to bring you your right person and to actually not to get in your feelings and your emotions, to actually vet a person and to vet a man logically, have those questions and all that stuff. Like, I don't feel like we as women, we talk about that. Like, we don't really know how do you vet a man to know he's the right one for you? I feel like we have those conversations enough as women. Like, we talk about wait for the right man, but how do we know it's the right man, right?
Yeah.
But it's just so important to just really just don't let nobody touch you, man. It's just not worth it.
Yeah.
It could be your life.
It could be.
You know what I'm saying? It's just not worth it.
I knew a lady who was courting this guy for 2 years.
And we have to pay attention to the red flags.
She courted this guy for 2 years, meaning she was gathering data for 2 years.
Yeah.
He engaged her after the first year. She accepted the engagement, but spent another year engaged, still courting him. All for 2.5 years to go, and she gave him the ring back and said, "No, I can't marry." But she courted for 2.5 years. And I remember at the time I was feeling bad for the brother. I was like, I mean, what is she doing? Like, why does her courtship take so long?
It's not like she had to take a year
But
to
you know
figure
something?
out.
She is happily married for over 20 years. Found someone awesome. Wasn't that guy. And it wasn't the first time that she had courted long. Like, this sister was known for having these very long courtships.
Because
The
you have
one
to get
prior
to know
to that,
the
she had
person.
courted for a year.
Yeah.
Then this one, I had never heard of a 2.5 year courtship, but she did. And she did not marry him, and he went to marry someone else, and they got divorced. Within 2 months, his wife was already complaining. The one
See?
the one who she courted for 2.5 years.
But
Within
that's
2
what we
months, his
have
wife
to
was
do. We
already
have to
complaining.
vet these men because it's a life or death
By the
situation,
time
and
the
we
year
have to
was
guard
over, by the
our
time the year
womb.
was over,
Yeah.
their relationship was over. I remember thinking to myself, because I had given a gift that, it was some kind of gift, man. I remember thinking to myself, I wish I could get that gift back. I can't believe it even lasts for a year, you know. But she took the time, and during that whole time, there was no holding hand, nothing. Took
You have
the
to
time.
leave that out of it. You can't even let him kiss you on the hand. You can't even let him say, "Let me hug you,"
No,
because that's women. As soon as he hugs it,
nothing.
oh my God, let me think about the kids.
I'm
Let me think about
telling you,
the
that
future.
woman
Oh my God, we're
courted.
getting married. As women, we're very just touch. I feel like we start imagining all these things.
Yeah.
Even a man telling us beautiful,
Yeah.
we can start imagining our lives 10 years ahead just by him calling us beautiful. And hey, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing today? Just off of that.
Mm-hmm.
So because we're like those, that's our habit. We have to really put a firm, solid line.
Yes.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
I'm collecting data.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to be willing to, when we see those red flags, we walk
To let
away.
it
No
go.
matter how much we like that person, we have to
let it go.
walk the hell away.
To let it go.
And not put ourselves in positions.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying this to blame the woman. I'm only saying this because I can only speak to
It
what
will serve
women
you.
can do to prevent something bad happening to themselves. I'm not gonna go talk for a man. Just like how I don't want no man coming and telling me what I need to do to prevent it. I'd rather hear it from a woman.
Yeah.
So the men need to go talk to the men about that stuff that they doing. I'm just saying for the women, that's what we have to do.
I'm not seeing that.
I haven't heard no man talk about this or the onslaught of killings because it's disturbing. It's
very
disturbing.
disturbing. It's
Back
very
in the day, you wouldn't
disturbing.
hear stuff like this.
This was a 21-year-old. So now it's
They're
like
2-3 years younger than me.
what's happening to the
I was
youth?
in college.
Because they're still considered youth at 21 years of age.
I mean, they just got out of teenagehood. Crazy. And this is what you're doing? That's ridiculous, man.
It is. It just is. But you guys get in the comments. Tell us what you think. I'm so sorry to the Jeffrey family that this happened to you. You had a beautiful daughter. I mean, you see her picture. She's a beautiful girl. You know, the baby looks so happy. Oh, my heart.
Yeah, yo.
So sorry about that. You all are in our prayers. Our deepest condolences
Hey, yo.
for this loss.
My name is Mary.
And Amma.
We invite y'all to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment down below.
Bye.